Hey everybody, it's Tina Plackinger. Welcome to my channel. When I first got here to Georgia, my lawnmower ran great. I turned it on. I had no problems with it. Went around the property, cut the grass, this high, weeds, 24 horsepower, so it went through everything. Got off of it, went through the front gate, cleaned up the front, got back on it, started it up. I did this for like 3 hours. No problems. The next morning, I went out to the shed and poured more gasoline in the tank, turned the key, and it hasn't started since. This has been going on for like 2 weeks. So the first thing I did was I called a couple people that I know, some guys that are TIs, and my first question was, is there a relay, some kind of a starter relay that could have been remotely shut down? Oh no, not on a lawnmower. They don't have that on the lawnmowers. Are you sure? Yeah, they don't have anything like that on the lawnmowers. They don't have anything like that on the old lawnmowers, okay? But the new ones, they do. They have a carburetor fuel shut-off solenoid where there's 2 wires that go up underneath. The reason I know this is because 18 years ago, when all of this started, I was somewhere in LA. I think it might have been in Pasadena, California. I'm in a parking lot in my Jeep. It's fine. You know, I went to some dollar store or something and turned the key and it didn't turn on. So they had me stuck in a parking lot for 3 days. And they had fun with me. The first night I was sleeping, 2:15 in the morning, there's a knock on my window. I'm in the parking lot. I'm on private property. Not too worried about the cops, even though it's them that are basically running the whole thing. And I'm not too worried because, you know, my Jeep conked out. I've got no wheels. I've got no way to get out of here. I've got nobody to call, you know. What am I going to do? So I'm not too worried about it. Get a knock on the window. The guy's a tow truck driver. He says, ma'am, you can't park here. Now I'm half asleep. I'm in the back, okay? And I looked at him and I said, well, I can't move the truck. It won't start. He said, well, you know, you can't work here in the parking lot either. I said, excuse me? He said, you can't work here in the parking lot either. It's illegal. We saw you over there in the corner working on your knees. Well, it didn't really register with me. You know, I mean, I was a pro bodybuilder. You know, I just didn't register. He said, we'll pull you over here a little bit. So he hooks up the truck. I'm still in the back. And he pulls me like 2 little slots over. And no, it's a skit. Okay. Yeah, they had fun with me for 3 days. Then I found out that it was a relay that just, these things can be remotely shut down, okay? It was a very important thing that they stopped me from cutting my acre of land. I don't want to get into detail because if I make this video 14 minutes, it'll take me 3.5 hours to upload it. So I can't get into detail, but trust me. Trust me, I know. Okay. So, ever since then, I have been, you know, oh, I must have water in the tank. Okay, so now, I'm not a mechanic, okay, but I'm a pretty good athlete who always took good direction from a coach, so I can follow direction good. So I, you know, drain the gas tank. Okay, and then I change the fuel filter, and then I put in new spark plugs and check the vacuum, whatever, that goes down from the fuel pump. And everything is fine. Okay, everything is fine, but I'm going through like a can of starter fluid a day to try to get the can of seafoam that's in the fresh tank of gas into the carburetor, thinking that it's my carburetor, because that's what I'm hearing from people, it's my carburetor. I know it's not the carburetor. Okay, today we found out that there's the electrical piece that is up underneath in the carburetor. You got to take the whole hood off the tractor. You know, you got to, you know, it's just, this is what they do to me. This is how they steal my life. Okay. 6.5 hours today. That's what this was about today. 6.5 hours. This is how they steal my life from my dogs, my mother. Okay. I'm on the edge constantly. My mother's 86. She's going on 87. She has her issues. So she needs help from me. And she also would like to talk to her daughter. You know, I'm in the middle of this, you know, running out there, trying to take direction on the phone from a TI who is long distance. Why? Because they isolate us. And this is what they do, okay? And I don't want to get nasty because, boy, I got a mouth on me that never left from the gym days. And I have not once swore on my channel. And I have really kept it nice, okay? But boy, could I say a couple of things right now. I'm tired. I'm tired. And, you know, my mother and I should be out getting a manicure and a pedicure together. You know, we should be out at a restaurant having a nice meal. There is a 5-star restaurant in this shameful town. But 2 years ago on my birthday, we made reservations, and when we got there, the manager was changed, the waiter was gone, there were new people in there for the night, and I was poisoned. And then a month and a half later, after my mother got her charge card bill, because it was a birthday present to me, we went there, we had a couple Manhattans before dinner, we had hors d'oeuvres, we had the main meal, we had dessert, the whole 9 yards, okay? The bill never came. So they poisoned me, and I was sick that night, I was sick the next day, and I didn't throw up, but I was sick. The bill never came. They never charged us, so there wasn't a paper trail. So, anyways, yeah, and then my mom wants to talk to me on top of things, okay? She wants to tell me about her 80-some-year-old friends that, you know, have a blockage in their pancreas and just had surgery and it was successful, okay? And it's really hard. It's really, really hard. I could stay busy here for a year. There's so much that I have to do. And I am, you know, played with. This is what they do. This is my life, you know. It reminds me of when I was first targeted and I was mysteriously wound up down at the junkyards in Long Beach, California, which I do discuss in the introduction of my book, okay? There's 19 pages in the beginning that sort of describe, you know, the hell that I had gone through in the beginning when I didn't know what was going on. And I remember, you know, they had me busy with ball bearings on the wheels of my trailer that I was hauling around. You know, just to steal my life. So I thought what I would do is eat, take a shower, put on a 30-some-year-old shirt that I still have, not cover up my arms. You know, I don't, you know, it's like, they take you away from you. I have sometimes been wildly, despairingly, acutely miserable. But through it all, I still know quite certainly that just to be alive is a grand thing. That was Agatha Christie. Let's see what we have here. Okay, Jesus, what should I read for everyone? Help me, Jesus, find something. God sees everything. Nothing gets past him. He does not like when we are hurting from the cruelty of others. However, there is just so much the enemy can do to us. In the book of Job, Satan wanted to test Job's faith. God allowed him to take everything from Job, including his children, but he was not to kill him. Job even suffered from painful boils all over his body, but he kept his focus on God, who he knew would not let the devil dish out more than he could handle. Sometimes there are circumstances that we want to fix our eyes on. But we must ask God to help us to focus on him instead. No matter how badly a situation looks, there is a divine plan for us. God will help us through the eye of the storm if we concentrate on him. Whew. Lord, my eyes are on you and not on my circumstances. I let go of past disappointments and trust my life to you. Wow. Thank you, Jesus. I needed to read that for me. I hope it touched you. Thank you for joining me today. We stay in the fight. We focus on Jesus. We do this thing one day at a time. And we keep our faith. Together we can do this thing. God bless you, and I hope to see you soon.